So in Kung Fu, there's a lot of talk about mobilizing energy in the body, using supreme biomechanics to be able to manipulate and control the opponent's force. Now, can we demonstrate force and sheer power on inanimate object as well? Well, in this upcoming video, we're going to be discussing and demonstrating that. Before we get into it, please, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, and if you like the video, please like and share to help us grow the channel. Thanks, guys.
That's heavy, man.
So it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah,
yeah. Like, so he's 20 kilos heavier than me.
Yeah.
20 years younger. And what do you deadlift? What was your max deadlift?
My max was 220 deadlift.
220 kilos.
And like 170 squat and then 120 bench.
170 squat, 120 bench. Not bad. He's a strong fella. And you know, he's a boxer as well, so he knows how to use his body. So obviously much stronger than me, younger than me. So how is it? It's not a strength thing, okay? So this is a good show of we talk about correct biomechanics a lot in Wing Chun. So this is a good show of that. Master Choi could do it in his 50s with a pole, I think heavier than this.
Yeah. How heavy would you say this is?
I don't know. We can check it. So what we can do is we'll check it later. We can put it on top of scales and put like a little mahjong piece or something like that, like a domino piece. Mahjong piece would be better because it's thicker, and then we'll push this down to see how much force it'll take to bring it up. My guess is around 17. Well, the one that I lifted in the other video on YouTube, I got where I'm trying to do it and I can't do it. I can't even move it. I can't even, like, it's just sliding on the floor. Yeah. And then Master Choi comes. This is about 12, 13 years ago. Wow. He comes and he just sort of helps me relax and interconnect. Yeah. And then I lift it up. That one was 15, 16 kilos. This one is a little bit heavier. And that's why when I did this one just now, the form wasn't very good. But because I bent my arm a little bit like this. Yeah. In the other video, I keep my arm straight. And that's it. So how is it that I'm doing it? So what am I thinking about? My thinking process is, you know, like this part of Silam Tao, the idea of interconnecting through relaxing and interconnecting the body together. So rather than like tensing up and blocking, usually we tense up. So maybe what you were doing as you're moving, the joint was tensing up. So therefore there's a blockage. Yeah. We can, like a hose, the hose is blocked. So we can say the body is not able to work as one unit. Yeah. Or there's a leak somewhere, there's a weakness somewhere. So the idea of my intention flowing through, so from the spine flowing out to the heel of the palm. That's why you know, I place out like this. So rather than going sort of trying to go like that, see, that would really hurt the wrist. Yeah. My idea is to really place out like that, like if you hold a fist. Yeah. So rather than sort of holding and going like this, the idea is to sort of go like that. So you feel force coming back at you. It's not a push. It's not like pushing, but it's placing out. And as you place out, thinking about as I'm rising up, relaxing, and I feel like even my feet, guys, can we be quiet, please? Thank you. Sorry, guys. There's kids in the next door. So the idea is that I'm using not just the mass, but every part of the body. So I'm even feeling my feet. I'm even feeling my tailbone. I'm even feeling the knee, everything. And sort of, it's hard to explain, put into words. Sounds airy-fairy, but I'm somehow interconnecting and putting that out there, putting all of this out there, so that when I move it, it's not the arm, but it's more, you know, the.
Wow. Yeah.
Again, that wasn't the best because my arm bent a little bit and I felt pressure at my thumb. When I do it, when I do it really well, it's because the camera's on, so I'm like, I better perform well and I tense up. But when I do it really well, I feel hardly any pressure here.
Yeah. I mean, it's still impressive that even though you did it, I can try it again, but I don't think even with bent arm I could.
Let me try in the middle.
Yeah.
So it's like two inches from the tip of the pole. Yeah, it's hard. Can't even lift it up, right?
Yeah.
So, and this is the thing, in the internal arts, people talk about chi and things like that. Here, what we're describing is just very good biomechanics.
Yeah.
Correct biomechanics. That we're not isolating at this joint, that joint, this muscle group. We're trying our best to, this concept of tensegrity. Where, we're sharing the load in as many joints and as many connective tissues across the body as possible.
Right. Yeah.
So, talking about, again, some people in the internal arts talk about energy, chi, things like that. Now, of course, it's true, it's real, what you want to call it, chi. The no-touch chi stuff I don't believe in.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just don't, but because I haven't met anyone that can do it, and the stuff, it's not, anyway. But the other stuff is like, when people say they have chi, and then let's say you think about focusing at me, and people go like this.
Yeah.
Right? That is not good proof.
Right.
Whether that's chi or not,
Yeah.
I would say the way my thinking is in the internal arts, first it becomes, you learn how to not use that kind of localized muscular force.
Yeah.
You're able to use your body in a very, very efficient way biomechanically.
Yeah.
Right? So first is tension, muscular force, or mindness, or floppiness and weakness. Next level up is very good biomechanics.
Yeah.
And so it's about moving your body in the most efficient way as possible. That's what good biomechanics is. Whether it's for lifting this, whether it's for striking, whether it's for moving, whether it's for a tennis swing, whatever it is.
Right. Yeah.
So moving your body as efficient as possible. And how do we do that? We use the mind. So, standing very slowly, doing Silim Tao. So standing and moving very, very, very slowly, right? People see this and they're like, oh yeah, try to do that in a fight. You're like, man, this is not about a fight. This is, I'm going to stand here and go, okay, let's fight. It's not about that. They're not techniques. This is to be able to do this, to be able to interconnect the body, to be able to really connect the mind and body in such a way so you can really control the musculoskeletal system and understand how to produce force, how to take force, how to handle momentum, etc. So first, tension or weakness. Next level is good biomechanics.
Yeah.
And then once you can get better and better and better at biomechanics, move more and more efficiently, use less and less effort, physical, muscular effort, and more sort of mind and body connection, then you're going into the deeper layers, deeper realms of, let's say, the internal arts of Kung Fu. Then that leads to flow of something. Right? So young people, I would say 50 years old and under, if they're doing stuff like this and saying, this is my chi, and people jumping back or falling to the ground, pick up something half this weight and see if you can do that.
Right.
Can you put it in a pull-up? Can you do it in this? Can you hit the bag really hard? Hit a heavy bag. Hit a 50-kilo bag and just hit it hard like that. Not always showing it on another human because of this. I can even do it to this. And push myself back.
Right.
Now I can get very, very good at that. You and I, you as a teacher, me as a student, or two mates, we can get it's like a dance, like two people dancing together, they can get very good at that dance, right? So I could get so sensitive to your force and lock up and give you my body in such a way that, if you move your arm down, the slightest bit of movement, I'll give you my center, I'll give you my balance, and the slightest bit of movement catches me. That's not chi, that's not in my opinion. Right? So I would say people like that, try. Even if you don't put it up, I'm not sort of challenging anyone, but try it for yourself. Can you use your body biomechanically? Can you use your body using inanimate objects and produce actual force? Not force that's only can go through a human being and therefore it requires compliance, etc., etc. Right. So I would say that's a good way of keeping shit real in the internal art of Kung Fu.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's interesting how, because what you were saying about bringing out force, it's interesting how there's athletes, professional level athletes, or really athletic, fit people that come here, and even though through all their years of training, they can't produce that. It's interesting to think about why they aren't able to do that.
Having said that, athletes, with my experience, athletes people that can focus really well, like musicians, high-level musicians.
Yeah.
But athletes, they can't do this yet. But from my experience in teaching, they can get it faster than someone that doesn't have that mind and body connection, right? Even if they're a little bit more tense, they can still be able to perform better. They might not be able to relax as well as let's say an athletic, let's say someone like yourself. Right? You're very active, you're lifting heavy weights and stuff like that. But I mean, he's been properly training for like just less than a year, right? In Wing Chun, but he's done boxing for a long time. So you are able to pick up because of boxing, because you understand movement. There is some connection between the mind and body. So I would say, even if you can't relax as much as, let's say, a lady that would come in, she's more relaxed than you, right? But she can't overall perform that well, as well as you, because yes, it's not just about relaxation. It's about relaxation in application, relaxation in a dynamic sense. And that's power. That's that, and then that you can link that to martial use, or you can link that to athletic performance, be it a swing, tennis swing, whatever. Things like that.
Or even like daily life stuff.
And on that note, people that are doing, and this is one last thing I'll say about this, that people say don't do weights. Don't lift weights because you'll tense up. Now, if you're a bodybuilder that's sort of like this, walking around like this, and they can't even go like that, okay, I would agree. I would say give it a break, or dramatically lessen the amount of weight and the frequency in the beginning until you learn how to relax. But that's a very, 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 very small minority of people. Majority of people that are very active like yourself, you're lifting, or you just came from the gym, right? You're lifting all the time. But you can still relax. So I don't agree with this at all from experience of teaching thousands of people in the last 2 decades and being in contact with that many people. I don't agree, and I don't think it's good. We're not doing, I fully don't agree with don't make your muscles stronger. Strength and hypertrophy. The stronger the material, the better the engine. It just goes, that goes without saying. It's just usually people find it difficult to relax, so therefore even Master Choi would say, look, you got to be, you got to be able to relax. So I'll leave it up to you what you do. You got to be able to relax. That doesn't mean don't do weights, or don't lift weights, or don't get strong. On the contrary, get strong. Like real control, real muscular, skeletal body, fascia, real control of the body means you can, let's talk about just a muscle. You can tense it to maximum, right? Maximum contraction and maximum mindful relaxation. So it's fully open under pressure. Isn't that real control of muscle?
That's true.
Rather than just being able to relax. And then you can't run for the bus if you have to, or you can't run for the train. You can't do a pull-up. You can't do a push-up. What's the point?
That's true.
What's the point? Really?
Exactly.
What a waste of a body if you can't utilize it. If you can't climb. If you can't. What's the point of being able to have internal power? Okay, if you're 60 years old, 70 years old, that's different. But under 50s, we got to be able to perform. So definitely, it's okay, and I recommend people make their muscles stronger. In every way. But having said that, you must be able to relax it. So after you work out, spend some time relaxing the muscle. You know what I mean? But what I just demonstrated there isn't strength. With strength, you would be able to do it much easier than I can. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So I hope you enjoyed that video. Again, do hit that like and share and subscribe button. And if you do have an opinion, questions, disagreements, whatever it is, please do get involved in the comment section below. Guys, this is a beautiful art, and I've witnessed over the 2.5 decades, I've witnessed it help many lives. So the idea is to really spread the word, to grow this channel, and try to help as many people with it as possible. So just getting involved and writing a comment, even if it's a negative one, hitting that like button, sharing with your friends, all of this goes a long way to help us in doing that. Thank you very much.